Hi, my name is Mike Martin, and I want to take a minute and welcome you to the St. Vincent de Paul Back to School Night. Parents, I want you to know how excited I am to see you here this evening, and I want you to know how glad I am to see your students each and every morning. Let me take a minute and introduce myself. I've had the privilege of teaching at St. Vincent de Paul for 13 years. During those years, I've taught language arts and social studies to fourth graders. As you know, expectations have changed. For example, when you pull in the parking lot and drop your students off, they're being screened, they're being asked to wear a mask, and they're being asked to maintain a 6-foot distance from one another as they go throughout the day. Parents, to help your students, we do give them mask breaks. We take them outside, allow them to take their masks off so they can get some fresh air. During the morning break, students may bring a snack with them, and we encourage you to send water so that they can hydrate. Another expectation that's changed is the fact that students no longer rotate classes, but rather it's teachers who are changing rooms. Our school has 3 rules. First, students are expected to respect themselves and others. They should contribute to the learning environment and follow the school rules. At each quarter, your child receives 100 conduct points. Those conduct points may be deducted based upon their behavior. For example, they'll be deducted for excessive talking, or disruptions to the class, or disrespect. For language arts curriculum, we use the Pearson online curriculum, and for social studies, we use the HMH online magazine. Let me take a minute and show you how we access some of the material that we use in language arts and social studies. First off, your child has a Google account. With that Google account, he or she has access to the Google Classroom. To access Google Classroom, they use their username, which would be their first name, last name, @students.svdpschool.net. They also have a long 10-digit number that they've memorized that they use to access their Chromebooks and their Gmail accounts. As they go to Google Classroom, you'll notice that mine is set up with 4M Language Arts, 4F Language Arts, 4M Social Studies, and 4F Social Studies. You can look into 4M Language Arts, and here we go to Classwork, and you'll notice that it's organized by days. For example, here's Tuesday, August the 25th, 2020. There's Monday, August the 24th, 2020. Under each day, I list what we're going to be doing that day. The Tuesday time schedule tells us all of the schedules that we have for the day. For example, it starts in the morning and it goes throughout the day, moving from language arts and social studies to math and science, their specials, lunch, even the breaks are listed there. Under days, objectives, and planners, this is where the students find information to write in their planners each day. This is where you as parents can look to find information on maybe upcoming tests and assignments. Usually for Mr. Martin's language arts classes, I don't assign a lot of homework. AR, I do expect students to be able to read for about 30 minutes a day, and so you should be able to find that information there. And we do have a spelling test once a week, so you can find that information there. Notice here we have spelling words, and here we have AR book information. That's where the students send me their information, letting me know what books they've been reading and what page numbers they're on. If you go up to the top, they have Gmail, so your students can contact me via Gmail, and I can email them there too. If you go over here, this is Pearson. Now, normally, if they have a Pearson's assignment, I'm going to post that for them in the Google Classroom there under the day, such as Tuesday, August 25th, 2020. Or if it's a social studies assignment, I'll post it there too. But here's what the social studies website looks like too. Your students each have a password as well as a username to be able to access these accounts. Going back to Pearson for just a moment, if your student can't access it through, for example, the Google Classroom, it's the same site they would go to for math. For example, if Mrs. Fenton has assigned them a math assignment, There's an icon on that website where that they could easily click on it and go right to language arts and find the material that we've been learning there too. Language arts is a cross-curricular material. In it, I teach reading, English, writing, spelling, and vocabulary. The Pearson material helps us to practice our writing. It allows us to organize our thoughts and write complete sentences that include subjects and verbs, as well as other parts of speech. This curriculum helps us to transition from writing simple sentences to writing more complex ones, using conjunctions and commas. In writing, we will learn to develop multiple paragraph essays. As students develop their writing skills, they will be writing narratives, opinion papers, persuasive pieces, reports, and poetry. Accelerated reader. Now, this may change a little bit for your students coming from 3rd grade to 4th grade in the fact that they do have to maintain an 85% accuracy to make their AR goal. Also, this year in 4th grade, AR contributes for 25% of their reading grade, so it's very important that they're reading. I want you to know, I give your students 30 minutes to read in class each day. And I ask, and this is their homework, but I ask that you give them 30 minutes to read at home. Now, when I say 30 minutes in class and 30 minutes at home, what I mean is I want the students to read 30 pages. If they can read 30 pages in 30 minutes in school, then they don't have the homework. But if they only read 10, 15, or 20 pages, when they get home, they may need to read another 10, 15, 20 pages at home during that 30 minutes that you allow them. Social studies. In 4th grade, students learn about geography. This year, students will focus on 5 regions of the United States. Their journey will begin in the Northeast and move to the Southeast before traveling west to the Midwest, Southwest, and Northwest. Assessments. Tests will be posted in the day's objectives and planner and can be found in Google Classroom. Students will take a spelling test on most Fridays, and reading social studies tests will be given once the class has completed the content necessary for a particular subject. This is our grading scale. 90 to 100 is an A, 80 to 89 is a B, 70 to 79 is a C, 60 to 69 is a D, and below 60 would be a failing grade. Students will have homework each day. They are expected to read for 30 minutes each day. Any unfinished classwork may be needed to complete as homework as well. You can find all of the daily schedules posted in the Language Arts Google Classroom. Here are the specials. They have art, music, library, PE, and technology. Here you can find the contact information for those particular teachers. In art, it's Mrs. Kordsmeyer, music, Mrs. Brackett, library, Mrs. Doak, PE is Coach Lunsford, and tech is Mrs. Phelps. Field trips. Normally we do schedule field trips. However, due to the coronavirus, it looks like our field trips will be online. I want you to know that they will be taking a field trip in September, but it will be virtual, and we're going to go to the Peel Mansion. In the past, I've had the privilege of taking the students to the Peel Mansion so they can experience what's called school days. But this year, again, it will be online. If you would like to contact me, my contact information is martinem@stvincentdepaul or svdpschool.net. And I want to take a moment and just say thank you for joining me this evening. And again, I am so excited to have your 4th graders in class with me this year. God bless.